when it comes to trades, Jack, there's done, and then there's done in terms of bringing Juan Soto in. You've been on top of this from the start. What's happening with Soto?
We told you several hours ago, Bob, during our afternoon show that this trade was very, very close, and I made sure to include two verys. We can now say that the Yankees and the Padres have completed this deal. We got to give credit to Joel Sherman of the New York Post, who was the first to report that. We've been saying across the last 48 hours that the Yankees and Padres, that this match was made in heaven, baseball heaven, that these two teams had to figure out a way to make this deal happen. You had to be patient, though, because when the trade of this magnitude happens, there's going to be medical evaluations and medical examinations that have to be studied. And Yankee fans were waiting with bated breath to be able to say that Soto was going to be a Yankee. They finally get to exhale, and they get to be excited, Michael, about adding Soto to that lineup.
So it's done.
It's done. The Yankees haven't officially announced it yet. The Padres haven't officially announced it yet. But if you've been following our coverage, Michael, we've been telling you for 2 days this is going to get done.
Well, then our work is done here. Thank you for joining us on Hot Stove.
We'll see you on the next edition,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Listen, it seemed like it was a fait accompli. He's been all over it the last couple of days, and it was a thing of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. They got themselves an all-time great, and that's not hyperbole. This guy is an all-time great. You look at his numbers at the age of 25, and they measure up with the DiMaggios and the Williams, the Babe Ruths. That's the type of player they got. That's why you give up the package they gave up to get this guy for what is essentially 1 year. Now, they could end up signing him to a long-term deal, but he's that important. He's that impactful. He changes the whole thought process about the way the people look at the Yankees right now. I think it excites the fan base. I think it excites the people that are already on the team. The Yankees did not stand pat and run it back on 82 and 80. They went out and they got Verdugo yesterday and now Soto today. That's a pretty big haul, and I think there's more to come.
Yeah, Michael, I'm glad you bring up the Yankee fan base. How quickly the attitude has changed, right? Because the fans were not happy the way the season ended, and they knew that the front office, Brian Cashman, had to go out and make some big deals, get left-handed hitters, get some outfielders. He got Verdugo, but the big star, like you mentioned, is Soto coming to New York. You figure his personality is going to be perfect for this town, for this organization. Yankees gave up a lot. 5 players, Michael King, the big name that I'm sure Brian Cashman and his staff did not want to give up. But in order to get a guy like Soto, you had to give up a lot of players, and you had to give up a pitcher who could turn out to be a star starter.
Right, he's the headliner, and of course Drew Thorpe was their minor league pitcher of the year, averaged almost 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. But we're all in agreement this was a move you had to make. And Michael asked me a few minutes ago if it was official, and though I trust Joel Sherman's reporting, I can now say that I did get a text. I communicated with a Yankee official who was saying that the deal is completed, the deal is done. So again, this is an exhale moment for the Yankees. It's an exhale moment for their fan base. After going 82 and 80, they needed an impactful offseason. You add Verdugo, he's a left-handed hitting outfielder, but you need that big splashy move. Soto is that move. A lot of work went into this. You had to give up a lot of assets in terms of players, but this was a move that had to happen.